Eric, can you intro us?
What do you mean? This is why we need the walkie-talkies, Chase.
Can you intro us?
Now back to you, Aaron.
That wasn't an intro.
That was a segue.
Thanks, Eric. Okay, and now with that, let's go look at dirt. Hello everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Today we are north of Charlotte, North Carolina. I need to figure out what state Charlotte was in for a sec. North Carolina, we're with Hoopaugh Grading Company. We have over a 500,000 square foot building pad right there. They've been moving roughly 500,000 yards to prepare for the pad. They are finishing up the last little bit of earth moving. We have two 349s getting set up on a bench cut right there. Beautiful. There's a D8, there's a John Deere dozer, there's a D6. They have these haul trucks right here. They're moving between 15 to 17,000 yards a day with this smaller spread. That's a lot of dirt. These guys, they move quick and it's gonna be a treat of a day. After we wrap up here, we are going to drive back to Charlotte and go to the Hoopaugh Academy, which is one of the coolest buildings I have ever been to in the construction industry. You'll see why when we get there. It is amazing what this company is doing to train their people, invest in the next generation, and I can't wait to show everybody about it. So let's go look at some dirt. Hey!
There's so much cool stuff happening. You're missing it.
I mean, just right here, we got the textbook bench cut setup. Just beautiful red Carolina dirt. You can see the bench height is roughly around the height of the stick, roughly around the height of the truck. So it's perfect loading conditions. They're flying. It's cool, it's cool. I mean, seeing that setup, it's a treat because it's just real productive earth moving, but seeing a second machine doing the exact same thing right next to it,
All right, so coming off to my right, your left is a Caterpillar 745 articulating haul truck. It's the biggest haul truck in the lineup. It's pretty standard. You've seen them literally everywhere. If you want to move dirt, you've got a haul truck. Coming right behind it is a Caterpillar 740, a little bit smaller, EJ. Now you may be thinking, Eric, EJ is your initials. That means you must own that truck. You're wrong. I don't own that truck. EJ stands for ejector. So, on the back of the truck is a standard bed, but instead of tipping up like a normal truck would, this truck ejects out the back. So it's kind of like a scraper where it's got a pusher, an ejector, a big hydraulic ram in the front of the bed, and it actually pushes the dirt out. There's a little hydraulic tailgate in the back. It probably goes halfway up the end of the bed. That keeps the material in. And when the guy is ready to dump or when the operator is ready to dump, they can release that tailgate and push the material out. Why would you ever want that, you may ask? Lots of specialty applications for this machine where it's effective. It was originally designed to dump on slopes. So the problem with an articulated haul truck is once you put the bed up, it's very top heavy and it allows it to tip over pretty easily. But with this one, the likeliness of the bed tipping over in the dumping process is almost completely eliminated because the bed never raises at all. The center of gravity stays within the space of the machine. They're also really efficient at placing material. So a typical haul truck, an articulated haul truck, a rigid frame, when they dump, they leave a pile. And the dozer has to come through and knock that pile down. With this, you can actually spread the material out as you're driving. So he can spread that material almost at full speed if he wants to. So he's making lap times much faster than the other guys are, and it's making the compactor operator's job way easier because there's almost no material for him to knock down in the fill.
So as they were driving along, they were placing just a little bit of material all the way across there, which allows for better compaction. Now that compactor, that 815, can come in there, roll it once or twice, it's gonna be good to go. As opposed to a normal articulated truck, it's basically dumping up to the fill, dropping a big pile there, and then a dozer has to come in, flatten the pile out, or the 815 has to flatten the pile out and then roll it. So you're skipping that step of having to spread the pile out with that ejector truck in this application. Typically, when I see ejector trucks used, they're not used correctly, but that's correct.
Yeah, that was good. He didn't stop, he just dumped and then went. Just like me, I dump and go.
Okay, now that we've wrapped up at the job site, we're gonna head to the Hoopaugh Academy. It's a little bit of a drive, but fortunately for you, all we have to do for us to get there in this video is jump.
We're not addressing it. We're just doing it. Remember?
Oh.
We're just gonna do it.
Okay, and now that we've wrapped up on this site, we're gonna go to the Hoopaugh Academy. Okay, we made it to the HGC Academy to learn about how Hoopaugh is training their operators on how to be better.
Mo better.
Mo better. So
Mo
we're
better,
gonna
more money.
go inside.
Problems.
We're gonna see the classrooms. We're gonna see the sandbox. We're gonna see the cat simulators. We're gonna see it all. Let's go inside.
Wait, you said sandbox?
Yeah, they have a sandbox.
Like a...
You'll see it. Hello, Chase.
Hey, Aaron.
So we are now going to go on a tour of the HGC Academy. This is one of your tour guides, unfortunately, Eric Jumper. I am another one of your tour guides, but the chief tour guide, Mr. Brian.
How you doing, Brian McManus? I'm gonna do my very best as your tour guide here today.
Can you give a little bit of background? When did you put this together and why?
So initially in 2017, we felt like we needed to look under the hood and change the perspective as far as our workforce development program. And then we kept saying we need a space, we need a space. So rode by one day and saw this vacant building at this warehouse, and happened to know that the gentleman that owned the place, and called him up and said, would you lease it to us? And then lo and behold, here we are today. It's a tool now that we're so glad that we put together during COVID, because once we come out of COVID, it really gave us a tool to recruit, train, and continue doing what we're doing today.
You got a fleet of Crocs.
Yeah.
Now Eric's excited.
3 training rooms, all of them look very similar to this one here. I mean, so we'll have excavator training, we have core value training, all of our orientation, new hire trainings in here, our safety training, our CPR, our OSHA 10, OSHA 30. We bring in industry trades, a lot of those guys will come in and talk about the products. That's been really neat having the facility. That was things we didn't even think about, where folks could come in and use the facility. So anything that we can use the facility for to, educate our team. We've got our podcast room here. This is where, Brandon tees up our Give Us the Dirt podcast.
Yeah, we can probably promote the podcast. Can you link the podcast in the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to listen to their podcast, check out this link.
Give
Is
Us
that
the
how it
Dirt.
works?
Yeah, point. The other corner. That one. Yep. Check it out right there.
Okay.
Yep, these are the simulators. But we've got, all these are cat simulators. We've got, the dozer, the rubber tire loader, the articulated truck, an excavator, and a motor grader.
Okay, so upon further investigation, this is not a touchscreen.
And back here, this is where everybody's playing on Friday afternoon. Yeah.
Okay.
But no, so this is the stake apparatus I was telling you about, where we teach people how to play cornhole, and we teach people how to read stakes at the same time.
So these little sandboxes they created are to teach people how to read different stakes. This, if you've never been around it before, looks like a foreign language. It's pretty simple once you start to get it, but you need to be taught how to get it. So this is a hub that they're simulating with a stake to teach basic grading, and there's some, is that water over there? Different types of stakes. I actually need a stake reading class. Different types of stakes in here to teach people what all of these mean out on a job site before they get out there. It's very clever.
Well, I always thought they were like steaks, like you eat steak, but
That's it. Oh, this is what I was telling you about.
whoa.
Yeah, this is what I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah, see, this is what I want to put in the office.
Way harder. You guys actually use this for training?
We do.
Or is this playtime?
No, they use it. I mean, so our safety, the entire team development group, safety folks, I mean, they'll bring a group of guys in, and sometimes let's say we have an incident, they may debrief, bring them here, kind of recreate the job site condition. Obviously, can't do a whole lot with the machines, but it's all about the optics and getting the team around a table to kind of think about what happened or what we would do in certain situations, so that they've got good situational awareness. In the field. So.
Oh yeah, what's in the trailer?
So the trailer.
Yeah.
This has got cookers. Well, that's a cooker, but it's got all of the setup, the tables, and things like that. Our team development group, they typically go out once every week, once every 2 weeks, and they'll feed a job. We may go to the shop. They're set up to do breakfast. They're set up to do lunch. That's how we kind of stay connected with the team. And it's hard to get all 700 people together for one dinner or an event, so we do it. We just keep doing it over and over on the job sites.
On an average, like week, how many people come through here typically?
So it depends on the weather.
Yeah.
No, so I mean, on a rain day, we can have over 100 people in here
Yeah.
between the classrooms and then, if we utilize the warehouse. So team development group is basically our employee relations. So our marketing, recruiting, hiring, and onboarding. And then for the academy, we've got our trainers and our curriculum specialist. And then we've got someone who helps with community relations, so going into schools, going to events out in the community, and then we put people that just keep the academy running.
When did you get in there, Chase?
Oh, this wasn't coordinated.
Wow.
Oh, hi, I didn't see you there.
Well, we are all done here at Hoopaugh Grading Company's Academy. Eric, what'd you think? Initial impressions.
Neato burrito.
Neato burrito, everybody. You heard it here first. Eric thinks HGC Academy is Neato burrito. Hoopaugh, they're always hiring.
Always.
Always hiring.
Forever in need of people, because we're always growing and people need to push dirt and run dozer and stuff.
Yes. So check them out if you are looking to check this place out, because this is the first place you'll be if you hire on with Hoopaugh, which is pretty neat. And with that, that's a vlog episode. We're gonna go to the airport. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Stay dirty.
Why would you want them to be dirty? I hate being dirty.
That's what I say.
Stay clean, people. Wash your hands. Can you take me higher? Because the EJ can't. Because it doesn't lift up. You missed the spot. Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff we like. Now, did I almost just crash into a scraper? Absolutely. Would I do it again? All day long.
We're trying to figure
Very realistic these new simulators are.